This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
My name is Desiree, and I'm a first-generation college student.
I'm Zach. I'm undecided in my major, and I'm a catcher.
This message was sent to you.
$500 down the toilet along with your performance. You are worthless.
Get the hell off the field before you lose me any more money, you sorry
This is wrong.
I'm more than a bet.
Stop harassing college athletes over a bet. Learn more at morethanabet.org.
Bubba Wallace here from 2311 Racing. Funny thing about being fast, you end up waiting a lot. First to show up, first in line, then just waiting. Me, I rev up Chumba Casino. With over 200 social casino games, no slow lanes here. Why sit around when you can spin? I'm already racing. Your turn. Play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
At Designer Shoe Warehouse, we believe that shoes are an important part of, well, everything.
From first steps to first dates. From all-nighters to all-time personal bests.
From building pillow forts to building a life.
For all the big and small moments that make up your whole world, DSW is there. And we've got just the shoes. Find a shoe for every you from brands you love at brag-worthy prices at your DSW store or DSW.com.
Welcome back to the show.
Take care, Polly Wally.
Why don't you put your pants back on, Slappy?
Stop him! Stop him! Stop him!
Little hoop action.
You gotta be taping me!
Hi, Mr. Allen. How are you doing today?
I love you, PA. You are the best.
Hey, Paul. How you doing?
How you doing?
How are you doing?
I've been all right. How you doing, PA? How you doing, PA? What's going on?
How you doing?
9 to noon.
9 to noon.
There we go, Paul!
P.A.
Sorry, KFAN. Isn't that something?
No, don't be sorry, KFAN. It is something. We're tweeting out. The cash thing has returned, ladies and gentlemen. The tweet reads,
oh, good.
Once we hit send, the cash thing has returned to 9 to noon. Need some money? Listen and win via the cash thing, and it's happening very soon. The cash thing's back. The con?
Cash thing! Opportunity to make money simply by watching 9 to noon or listening to 9 to noon. And if I don't give the cash thing out,
bam, there we go.
Feel free via the Bradshaw and Bryan KFAN text line to badger me. 68646, a text. Because the cash thing's back.
Here they come. Do you like money? Then enter to win with the cash thing. Takes place 20 minutes from now or so. And good morning. It's Paul Allen with Matt Producer by my side. This is the vast and ever-expanding 9 to noon audio network. We begin with the Hoffman Cooling and Heating Weekend Wrap. How about those temps the last few days? Make sure to get that AC performance check from HoffmanHeating.net. It's just $50 and change. Please support those who believe in the fan and 9 to noon, like Hoffman Cooling and Heating owner Scott Hendricks, who's fantastic and will work with your budget if a new AC or furnace is required. Scott Hendricks has salted the earth and pulled some people very close to me out of an HVAC-related jam recently. They want to serve you, help you, keep you chill, and save you money. Love having these guys in the Love Covenant. So thank you very much, Scott Hendricks. Thank you, Hoffman Cooling and Heating. And now, away we go. NBA Finals, OKC wears the crown.
Thunder fans feel this
this moment, the uncommon young team proves to be unstoppable. It's over at Paycom Center. Final in Game 7, the Thunder 103, the Pacers 91. A dream realized. The storybook season is complete. The final chapter reads, the Oklahoma City Thunder are the 2025 NBA champions.
Now we're super happy for you. Aren't we super happy for the OKC Thunder, Mad Producer?
Super happy.
That's
exactly how everybody up here in the cornfields wanted it. Taking down Indy, sans Halliburton, ultimately the defense, ultimately spending the summer going, hey, that defense gets away with a lot of contact. Do you ever notice how physical they are?
Show does.
It turned out the way that I thought it would. Is that how I wanted it to happen? Did I want some magic from Siakam? Did I want Halliburton to not suffer a brutal injury and play lights out in a Game 7? Did I want Obi Toppin to do what he did to the Wolves in a regular season game a few months ago? Yes, I wanted all those things. I wanted it to be different, but Larry O'Brien heads down to Oklahoma, stays in Oklahoma.
Tyrese Halliburton's Achilles. It's the fat L variety. 3-2. Tyrese Halliburton popped his Achilles early in the game, and that's super unfortunate for the scrappy and upstart Indiana Pacers because he was killing all that was a favorite's defense trying to corral him. So who gets the money next year? Since 2018, we've had 8 different NBA champions. Are the Thunder sitting on an immortality-like run? What can the Howl do to get over the hump? Will Cooper Flagg and Kyrie guide the Mavs to a title next year? Are the Houston Rockets sitting on something big? What does that mean? Durantula, deep in the heart of Texas.
4 seconds left. Wolves don't have a foul to give. Durant crosses over on Randall, rises up 20-footer at the buzzer, and he got it. That's 11 first-quarter points for KD. 27-21, the Wolves lead by 6.
The Phoenix Suns traded a Durantula guy, so there's that. Can't possibly be down about the move, right? Timberwolves fans, right? Given it accurately was reported, he'd go to one of 3 teams, and our beloved Hal allegedly was not on the HOF to B's list.
Oh my gosh.
Just shut the cornfields right out of the Nordo chap. Are we saddened Durantula guy is not howling with the pack? Is 9 to Noon saddened? Kevin Durant going to Houston and not coming to Minnesota for yours truly? But I can't speak for the producer. What do you think?
I'm not sad about it. I was kind of thinking when you were having some vocal maintenance last week and talking through this, and Johnny Athletic kind of put things in good perspective for me when he joined. There was almost this tide turning where on the front end, Durant, why do we want to do that? He's 37 and we're going to have to re-up him and we're paying $50 million a year, and we just traded away Cat, possibly because of contract-related bits, financial freedom be damned. But as soon as you heard, PA, that he didn't want to be in Minnesota. Come on! Mm-hmm. Well, why not? What's wrong with Minnesota? And now it was almost this will of, we wanted one of the great shooters in the history of the NBA to say, actually, I do want to be in Minnesota. I do want to stand with Anthony Edwards on the court and chase a title before my days are officially done. So in the end, when you see what they had to give up, the Houston Rockets, I mean, I don't care about Dylan Brooks, top 10 pick. That's concerning potentially if you're thinking long term. Jalen Green, maybe one of the least efficient shooting young stars in the league, but certainly on the come. And all those second round picks, I mean, that's not the biggest haul that's ever happened. But in the end, how he would have fit here for a team that is guard starved, I think, in some respects. I'm not losing sleep. I'm not sad. There's no rainy days and Mondays montage around the corner.
Same.
About missing out on KD.
In fact,
what were we talking about again?
Durantula guy. So you're going to go to Houston. Guess what?
We're happy for you.
Shams, good work on the reporting.
You know how reporters and columnists are. They want the controversy. They want the negativity.
Yeah, the particulars of the deal, Kevin Durant is going to be 37 in a couple of months for the enigmatic Jalen Green. the tough but limited Dylan Brooks, the 10 spot in this year's draft, and 5 second-round picks. So now here's the rub, because 9 to noon is MV3 conscious. For instance, the team that just won, Free Throw Merchant, now became NBA champion. You ain't gonna hit on that one, are you?
No,
NBA champion. MV3, Free Throw Merchant, Chet Holmgren, Minnehaha Academy go crazy, and Jalen Williams, the right Jalen Williams. Nice little MV3 there.
And all jokes aside, really cool for Chet, right? Local kid, and he struggled with the injury situation early in his career, and he's still got a ton of growing to do. But good for him, man. And he was spectacular in moments throughout the postseason. So good for Chet.
If we can put the pettiness of Core 4 loving pride to the side, I mean, it is covenant collapse worthy a little bit, because they show with players like Lou Dort that if you find the right guy for your mix, it proves they don't even have to be drafted.
Right.
That they'll contribute, they'll help, and they'll fit in. So that's, low-key covenant collapse worthy.
Yeah, it's, subtle golf claps.
MB3, Durant, Şengün, Van Vliet. MB3 material, Durant, Şengün, Amen Thompson.
Ooh.
That's got a little MB3 worthy to it, doesn't it?
That might.
If Kevin decides he wants to go in there and with them brittle bones, try to grab some rebounds, which he doesn't have an affinity for at this stage of his career. I don't think either one of those are MB3 worthy. I don't think this elevates Houston to an NBA championship, but that's why we play the games. Phoenix, by the way, has entered full-out disaster relief mode.
I always love that one.
Trying to sell Bradley Beal like Bradley Beal from 10 years ago, and that just ain't going to happen. All right, Durantula guy, deep in the heart of Texas, and collectively, we're all happy for him. There's a man named Dwayne Lucas, and he is sports immortality. And why we call this racehorse trainer sports immortality, recognizing horse racing isn't necessarily a sport. It's more of a short-term investment. But the Kentucky Derby is acknowledged and recognized as a worldwide sporting event. And that makes Dwayne Lucas sports immortality. He's an HOF in the game involving the equine athletes. Now, he's done training racehorses after being diagnosed with severe medical problems, according to a news release yesterday from his family. Dwayne Lucas is 89 years of age. There's some aggressive staph infection that has caused significant damage to his heart and digestive system and worsened pre-existing chronic conditions. So the family said doctors proposed an aggressive treatment plan involving multiple surgeries and procedures over several months, noting that even if those were successful, he, quote, would require 24/7 care to manage daily activities, end quote. After thoughtful discussions, Wayne has chosen to decline the aggressive treatment plan and return home to spend his remaining days with his wife, Lori, his grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. We put this in the Hoffman Cooling and Heating, HoffmanHeating.net weekend wrap, because Dwayne Lucas is sports immortality. He's the leading trainer in Breeders' Cup history with 20 victories. He's trained 25 champions who have won Eclipse Awards, including 3 Horses of the Year, Lady Secret in 86, Criminal Type in 1990, Charismatic in 1999. Dwayne Lucas has trained 15 horses that have won a total of 15 Triple Crown races, including 4 Kentucky Derby winners, 7 Preakness Stakes winners, and 4 Belmont Stakes winners.
Wow.
His first Derby winner came when a speedy girl beat a bunch of burly boys.
She's led from the start, every pole a winning one, and it's Winning Colors showing the way as they scraped away in the lane. Winning Colors doing it just like Dwayne Lucas said she would, taking command and drawing off. Now she's in front by 3, Proper Reality is second. Here comes 49er, 2-year-old champ from last year, putting in a bid on the outside, and down the stretch they come. Winning Colors in front. Here comes 49er on the outside. Lucas and Stevens. It's a driving finish. Winning Colors by a head. Wire to wire with Gary Stevens in the iron. It was 49er on the outside, coming from far back at the head of the stretch to narrow the
Darrell Wayne Lucas's cup is being poured out. He fought the fight. He ran his race. He kept the faith. He is sports immortality. And finally, to wrap the wrap, Dem Twins.
Festa's pitch. Fly ball right field, hit a ton. It is way back and gone for Bryce Terang into the second deck. A 3-run blast by Terang. It's 8-3 Brewers.
Well, there's that. So, Milwaukee came to town this weekend.
In your face, Milwaukee.
It was in your face, Minnesota, all weekend.
In your face, Milwaukee.
We were swept by Milwaukee and Minnesota for the first time in 3.5 decades.
Never heard anyone in my life who's more insane than Paul Allen.
The Brew Crew, you say?
In your face, Milwaukee.
Good thing it was so hot, too, because that kept Bleep Talking Brewers fans away from the sweep and on their sofas enjoying the air conditioning. More on that momentarily. The weekend wrap is provided by Hoffman Cooling and Heating at hoffmanheating.net. Thank you guys very, very much. It's talkback time, ladies and gentlemen. Talkback time for this Monday in the neighborhood. The neighborhood being FM 100.3 KFAN. This is the vast and ever-expanding 9 to noon audio network.
Check your watch and tell me what time it is.
About 9:15.
Now peek your head out and tell me what the climate is.
Yeah, sneaking up to about 80, still a little humid. What's that doing there? I didn't even know what it was. I just hit it. I'm like, hey.
If I remember...
What is that?
You had me put that together, was it 2-3 years ago? And it was based off of you loved what a rate... Was it Rick Dees?
Oh, my first... Yeah.
Rick Dees in the morning.
When I interned in 1985 at KISS FM for Rick Dees, and he had this bit, Rick Dees in the morning... Tell us what time it is. Tell us what the climate is. So I put the con on it. Let's not directly steal it, but what you got up your sleeve? So we went down to the basement, started slapping that bass, and...
Check your watch and tell me what time it is.
About 9:16.
Now peek your head out and tell me what the climate is.
It's hot because the cash thing has returned to 9 to noon, you rubes.
I rube.
Well, that little bass drop there you had was nice. Here's the talk back, all right? So we all have something to do. What do you think of the Twins? That's the talk back and whatever hit you. What do you think of the Twins? All right? What does the Talkback Covenant think of the 2025 Minnesota Twins? New to the fray? Download the free iHeart audio app, make KFAN a preset, and use the Talkback mic for 30 seconds of airtime on the Juggernaut. Benefits to you include hit the podcast after the show, isolate your time, and play it back at the dinner table with Billy, Johnny, Christy, Susie, Antoine, or Tamika. Your voice and opinions are heard. And very important to the vast and ever-expanding 9 to noon audio network.
I rube.
Getting things off one's chest has proven to be rooted in vulnerability and, in turn, can be good for mental health. And, in turn, getting things off your metaphorical chest has proven to be good mentally and can help you chill.
We don't need you.
Know what I mean?
We don't need you.
You just got no idea where that stuff's going to come from.
Thank you.
Your voices and opinions are very important to 9 to noon. Now, negatives for you with the talkback and or talkback machine. You may be ripped by a host with no chance to respond because it's talk back, not talk with. We repeat it. Negatives for you with the talkback machine. You may be ripped by a host.
Thank you.
With no chance to respond because it's talk back, not talk with. You get 30 seconds. Said host gets 30 minutes to savage, mock, and ridicule said take if said bloviator is so inclined.
You know how reporters and columnists are? They want the controversy. They want the negativity.
Also negative for you. If you mess up during your time, perhaps you think you are immortalized as a stuttering fool. Oh, wait, alas. You get retakes with your talkback right there on the app. If you mess up, you get to do it again. Positives and negatives with everything, including the talkback machine. What do you think of the Twins? There's just some fascinating stuff developing with them of late. Sadly, it's negative. The abnormal, but nothing super about this natural. Unique in nature like this. Friday night, JoJo, as in Joe Ryan, currently their best pitcher. Friday night, JoJo gives everything against the Brew Crew. Bullpen permits the game to get blown to pieces.
Yeah.
But that's not abnormal. Here's the rub. They were down 1-0 top 6 and gave up 16 runs the final 4 innings.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Above average at that.
16. That familiar number. Week and a half ago, they got meatloaf by the Rangers, and in each of the 2 they lost, they allowed 16 runs. Abnormalities, ya say. Uncommon and rarely seen stuff is transpiring right now in this covenant. And by the way, props to Jonah Bride, who is absolutely giving everything the young man has. You see, he's the backup infielder who has gotten to pitch 4 times the last couple of weeks because things have gotten so bad. Backup infielder.
Yeah.
Pitching 4 times over like the last 2 weeks. You look up Jonah Bride on ESPN.com, and the first thing you see is batter versus pitcher.
I always love that one.
As in, how does the backup infielder trying his darndest do against batters for other teams? He's not a pitcher, but they've had to use him or chosen to use him 4 times in the last week and change. Now, the team got shut out at home Saturday. A little bit of an abnormality there when you get shut out at home. It had the forfeit score, too, at 9-0. That's always super special. Shutouts at home are bad for business. And Byron Buxton, who knew? How about this? And I heard the con on a Friday immortalizing Byron Buxton, and rightfully so. I mean, we snapped a slump. B-Bucks is going great guns. We're making things immortal, and then they go out and get swept by in-your-face Milwaukee. But Byron Buxton, seriously though, through allowing 16-run bursts and backup infielders throwing way too frequently, the center fielder only has missed 16 games and is on pace for career highs in home runs, RBI, and walks, and close to the same with steals. So let me get this straight. The star is shining, and the boys, for the most part, are having some significant problems. The talkback. What do you think of the Twins? That's the talkback free iHeartRadio app, baby microphone. Do your baseball and softball playing children pine to find 1261 on Comcast and sit down for a full 9? Who are you and what are they to you? Is it background interest during hot fun in the summertime nights? Is it my lifetime favorite team? I always will wait through the doldrums. Is it I love watching baseball and happen to live in Minnesota, so whatever. I guess they're my team. For me, I look at almost all the box scores. It's never appointment viewing for multiple reasons. Quick twitch. The Tigers are miles better, but going to a Twins game is the absolute bomb because I love the ballpark and crushing the fair and leaving in, I don't know, like the 6th, 7th, or 8th inning.
I always love that one.
So I love that part of the equation. What do you think of the Twins? That's the talkback. Nordo, what do you think of the Twins?
It's an absolute shame what's happening. What do I think about the Twins? I mean, whether it's on Sunday, it's Festa goes to festering again. Well, what does that mean? It means forming pus. It means septic. It means a rotten and offensive thing to the senses. That's what we saw yesterday from Mr. Festa. Then on Saturday...
Well, there go the Champions Club comps.
I always love that one.
Then on Saturday, it's Simeon Woods Richardson out of the gates, gives away 4. Then he struggles to get through 6. But you're excited. You're in this mix. Can't hit to save your life. And Caleb Sands makes it a lopsided number. And as you mentioned, Joe Ryan did everything he could to keep the Twins in that game before you get to the bullpen.
Not with that JoJo.
We need an annulment with this Bride thing. And it's, I'm not even putting Bride in a spot where this is his fault.
I'll pay maintenance for 2 years and I ain't even got the cash.
He's a backup infielder. What are we doing here? And that's the issue is you needed to get to Bride. You needed to put the backup infielder in the mix because of what Wentz and I believe it was Topa on Friday offered you with 9 runs between those two. So it's an absolute disaster while you're watching Byron Buxton potentially living to be the thing that you always wanted him to be.
Crazy.
He might have the best season of his career while you're trying to avoid overtaking the White Sox as the worst team in this division. You might miss the playoffs by 15 games while Buxton on a daily basis is worth the ticket to ride all on his own.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the negative things, and I've kind of reiterated some of that. But, I mean, in the end, Buxton is absolutely on his own right now. The reason you watch these games on a day-to-day basis, and we need something. And right now, the St. Paul shuffle, the green line from St. Paul, it's not, where is the help going to come from to stem this tide? And I just don't see where it's coming from at this particular point. But my goodness, with this team right now.
Tyrese Halliburton's Achilles is in better shape than this baseball team.
Check your watch and tell me what time it is.
About 9:25.
Now peek your head out and tell me what the climate is.
Scorching because the cash thing takes place within 5. Now, this is a member of the Core 4, ladies and gentlemen. So we never jump ship. We never jump ship, right, Matt, producer?
We don't jump ship.
This is a member of the Core 4 of local sports teams. No, we don't jump ship. We slumber and go dormant during the bad times, all the while waiting for the good. So 9 to noon can jump on that bandwagon while it's steaming around the bases at like 100 miles per hour. Waiting for the good, though. Look at the Milwaukee model. Just trip on the Milwaukee model for a second.
In your face, Milwaukee.
Good, not great team. Probably not World Series bound. But the hope selling piece is good. Now, is it Mazrowski, the cat they used on Friday night?
I was saying Mizorowski.
Yeah, Mizorowski. Yeah. It's his second start.
Brewers' loving neighbor sent me 30 texts on Friday.
Just a baby. Mizorowski. They threw him Friday night. My man's real deal Holyfield. Holy cow. Real deal, holy cow. And started just a second game. He dazzled the Twinigmatics, looking like a cross between Pete Vukovich and Moose Haas. We don't even have a young hurling hope seller who's the talk of the town when he starts. Or do we? And 9 to noon has no idea who said Gem is. That's why we have Lavelle Neal III in the equation to join us. The columnist joins us. He's an elite Twins mind. He'll be here about 90 minutes from now. He'll follow Mick Tocchet. Pat Micheletti joins us on Mondays about 10 o'clock. We got swept by Milwaukee for the first time in 3.5 decades. And the talkback is, what do you think of the Twins? What do you think of the 2025 Twins? And take it wherever you feel it needs to go.
Yeah, I might punch him in the face.
All of that's courtesy of TimberTech and TimberTech.com. Your talkbacks are what's on deck 9 to noon around the corner. But first, the ballyhooed return of what we call the cash thing, and courtesy of iHeartMedia and KFAN's audio network, we like to give away money. And a mad producer has, I think, $1,000 in his hand.
Indeed, I do. The Fan and BigDeck.com want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with the National Cash Contest. All you got to do, go to KFAN.com and enter the keyword cash. You might win some with the keyword cash at KFAN.com.
My name is Desiree, and I'm a first-generation college student.
I'm Zach. I'm undecided in my major, and I'm a catcher.
This message was sent to you.
$500 down the toilet along with your performance. You are worthless.
Get the hell off the field before you lose me any more money, you sorry
This is wrong.
I'm more than a bet.
Stop harassing college athletes over a bet. Learn more at morethanabet.org.
The last thing anyone wants is to leave behind confusion, stress, or worse, family conflict. That's why estate planning isn't just for the wealthy. It's for families like mine, and probably like yours. With Trust and Will, I created my estate plan in minutes, from naming guardians for my kids to putting our house in a trust to avoid probate. Fast, affordable, and way easier than I thought. Every plan is designed by estate planning attorneys and customized for your state. Plans start at just $199 and include essentials like healthcare directives and power of attorney. With Trust and Will's bank-level security and built-in privacy protections, your personal information and your wishes stay safe. Whether you're newly married, raising kids, caring for aging parents, or just want peace of mind, Trust and Will makes it easy to protect what matters most. Go to trustandwill.com, use code RADIO at checkout, and save 20% on your personalized plan. Because there's no better time to protect the people you love. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, how to get 30, how to get 20, 20, 20, how to get 20, 20, how to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Unlock smarter learning with Lenovo AI-powered PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Head to Lenovo.com and choose from multiple devices to fit your passions. If you're a gamer, you can spend less time stressing about GPUs and CPUs and more time dominating with your AI-enabled Smart Engine, which optimizes your game performance in real time. Or maybe you're a scientist on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery and need a device with a longer battery life and AI-enhanced tools to give you extra time to finish your research. Or you're a musician preparing for your biggest break and need better, faster AI tools to make digital art a breeze, like creating band posters and t-shirt designs. Or you're a soon-to-be graduate needing to catch a recruiter's eye to land that dream job, so you need cutting-edge smart tools to build your portfolio from scratch. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers get 5% off with an education account on Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
Hey, it's Bob from Bloomington. What do I think about the Twins? Skull Vikings. And good morning.
And that's a fact.
All right, now, what do you think of the Twins? That is the Talkback Tuesday talker on a steamy Monday in the Love Covenant. Did Core 4 loving local sports nation come through in kind with the talkbacks for 9 to noon, Mr. Nordo?
I believe they did.
Good.
Some we got a good combo of serious analysis and then maybe just a little bit of bit mode.
All right, well, we want it all.
We want it all, and you're getting it here. Free iHeartRadio app.
Nardo, PA, love you both. Minnesota Twins, I got 2 words. Booty cheeks.
Okay. All right. My man there started the talkback with Nordo, PA. Booty cheeks.
And that's a fact.
But Johnny the Mouse Mickelson, captain of the 83 Wayzata Club hockey team, and also father to Wildfire, after we canceled racing 2 days this weekend at Canterbury due to the extreme heat. sent me a picture. He took Wildfire to Dairy Queen. So Wildfire was, in serendipitous fashion, a beneficiary of the extreme heat and the canceled races. But he came up yesterday. He had a question. Wonderful line, too. He had a question. He said, so is it true that you're filling in for Nordo tomorrow?
Now, what did I do wrong?
That's brilliant. Oh, Damusi.
I love that, by the way. Small on-air production meeting. Mm-hmm. This time of the year is when you take a lot, like, you get vacation days. You get the chance to chill. Mm-hmm. And every time you take a few days in a row, somebody's like, the world is absolutely ended. So,
it is not.
I
mean, they are not.
It is. It is. Vocal maintenance is important. The voice has to be good. We got to figure out the Super Bowl slogan. We got to figure out how you're going to call.
How is Abbott these days? I haven't talked to him in about 4 days.
Drop foot. It doesn't work well in this humidity.
Well, maybe somebody should try to kick it and see if it fires up to life. Kick him in his leg and see what happens. Talk back after talk back after talk back after talk back.
Yeah.
And reaction from elite baseball. Those who casually watch the Minnesota Twins, look at all the box scores. You got Prize Picks guy over there. I'm occasionally in the underdog covenant, but it's age old with me. Whether we're prize picking or we're just following for 9 to noon, I always have loved baseball box scores. And I just always have. Like in the business, when newspapers were more popular than they are now, it's an online thing. Nobody take anything personally. Cracking open the newspaper and going to what was called the agate page, where they would have all the box scores.
Yeah.
That was childhood immortality, because we didn't have games readily available to us the way we do now.
Our 10 a.m. guest is a big fan of box scores and agate page related fodder.
No doubt. Pat Micheletti, Mick Tockett, comes in here every Monday with a Star Tribune sports section, and he's like looking at the box scores. So we'll follow it from that standpoint. But after the 16 runs allowed over the final 4 innings against in-your-face Milwaukee. I'm like, Talkback Central this week. Let's start with, what do you think of the Twins? Now, I had no idea it was going to be that forfeit score shutout on Saturday, 9-0. Getting shut out at home obviously is bad for business. But then yesterday was super frustrating for those in the Twins covenant. High-scoring game. It's a very close game. And then you get to bottom 8, and the guy who's giving absolutely everything he has, Jonah Bride, he's a backup infielder, man. He's pitched 4 times in the last 2 weeks, which is crazy. It's ridiculous. And I mean, there's a ridiculous side to it, as Lavelli Neal III, the columnist, I believe, will share about 90 minutes from now. But there he is with the glasses and everything. Bottom of the 8th, 2 on, 2 outs. I mean, be the bride. Be the bride. Don't let the fans get jilted at the metaphorical altar. Nobody wants to pay maintenance. And he goes down looking. He went down looking. It was so sad. So even like when they get close in high-scoring games, it's just and I forgot to add this up last night or this morning. It's bad. I mean, I look back at it a little bit. This number I'm about to give you, or this factoid I'm about to give you. Their record against teams with winning records, holy cow. I mean, it's ridiculously bad. Here come the M's, the Mariners. Softies team, I mean, they're like 2 games above 500, but in the business, we call that a winning record. So the Twinigmatics are going to have to buck that beginning tonight. And they catch Seattle's best 3 pitchers, Nordo's guy Wu, then into Luis Castillo, and then they got some beef eater at the end, might be Kirby. But allegedly, 3 of our best pitchers are going. So nothing has to give beginning tonight at Target Field. I think when the Twins are trailing into the 9th inning, I think they're like 1-38 this year. So when you're losing into top or bottom of the final frame, you're undoubtedly going to have a losing record, with that stat, with that number standing alone by itself. But I mean, like 1-37, 1-38, damn. Had a chance to buck that yesterday, but they couldn't. And here we are, massaging the talkbacks with a simple question to devotees of the red, white, and blue of baseball immortality and or fans of the core four of local sports teams. What do you think of the Twins? And they're firing them in kind.
Hey, this is Steven from North Dakota. It's going to be biblically bad, and it was historically good. They're going to be the first team to ever win 13, 14 games in a row and lose 13, 14 games in a row in one season. iHeartRadio, all at KFAN, you guys are the best. I'm cultivating here in the field in eastern North Dakota. I say great day.
Great day. Great day, brother. By the way, Dan Cole, the Common Man, is on from noon until 3 today if you'd like to hear some of those lines regurgitated.
I always love that one.
Talkbacks.
Hey, Paul, Nordo. What do I think of the Twins? A bleep, 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 bleep. That's all, folks.
Oh, jeez.
I always love that one.
What have I gotten the Covenant into? I mean, we got Nordo's Tolstoy he sent last night. We had options there. I have a talkback involving the Minnesota Vikings schedule that I was planning to unfurl tomorrow. Perhaps should have unfurled it today. What have we gotten ourselves into with this? What do you think of the Twins talkback? Can somebody get Abner Doubleday / Tim Kirchian analytically strong here and get to the core of what they think of the Twins and truly what's wrong? Surely there has to be some serious baseball analysis somewhere in the talkback covenant.
PA, it's brutal, man. The Twins are ice cold at the plate, allergic to clutch hitting, and the pitching staff looks like it's throwing BP to every lineup they face. The bullpen's a roulette wheel, the defense forgets the fundamentals, and Rocco's decisions feels like he's pulling names out of a hat. This squad has talent, but right now, they're playing like a team sponsored by heartbreak.
Other than that, Miss Lincoln, how was the play?
We're coming. We're coming.
Softy's team is here tonight. We'll be right back.
My name is Desiree, and I'm a first-generation college student.
I'm Zach. I'm undecided in my major, and I'm a catcher.
This message was sent to you.
$500 down the toilet along with your performance. You are worthless.
Get the hell off the field before you lose me any more money, you sorry
This is wrong.
I'm more than a bet.
Stop harassing college athletes over a bet. Learn more at morethanabet.org.
The last thing anyone wants is to leave behind confusion, stress, or worse, family conflict. That's why estate planning isn't just for the wealthy. It's for families like mine, and probably like yours. With Trust and Will, I created my estate plan in minutes, from naming guardians for my kids to putting our house in a trust to avoid probate. Fast, affordable, and way easier than I thought. Every plan is designed by estate planning attorneys and customized for your state. Plans start at just $199 and include essentials like healthcare directives and power of attorney. With Trust and Will's bank-level security and built-in privacy protections, your personal information and your wishes stay safe. Whether you're newly married, raising kids, caring for aging parents, or just want peace of mind, Trust and Will makes it easy to protect what matters most. Go to trustandwill.com, use code RADIO at checkout, and save 20% on your personalized plan. Because there's no better time to protect the people you love. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Are you shopping for a new laptop while still trying to keep up with technology and AI? Talk about feeling burnt out. But no more. Lenovo.com makes it easier than ever to find the perfect PC. In fact, we'll break it down for you. Step 1. Shop our lineup of AI PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Because why deal with downloading new software when you can buy a smarter PC that already comes with all of the AI features and tools? Step 2. Find the one that fits your passion. Whether you're a creative genius, a research scientist, a hardcore gamer, or a future CEO, no dream is too big. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. You can keep up with your ideas as well as any challenges you may face. Step 3. Add to cart and purchase. Oh, if you're a college student or a teacher, make an education account through us and get 5% off your whole order. Shop now at Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
You know, we have options, by the way. I mean, what do you think of the Twins? Was crafted, delivered, executed, and the audience is coming through in spades with the responses. But it ain't like we got options. I mean, it ain't like we don't have options. For instance, about 25 minutes ago, Johnny Athletic at Twitter, he tweeted, NBA Finals are over, and we go right into a massive week for the Timberwolves. The ownership transition to Mark Lowry and Alex Rodriguez is expected to be completed. Wolves have picked 17 and 31 in the draft. A lot of ammunition to use for players or in trades. Should be fun.
Oh my gosh.
How much fun does that sound like, Mr. Nordo?
It sounds awesome. I mean, again, the theme of these two series is trying to figure out why our teams aren't there. So whether it's on the hockey side of things, we need to be stronger up the middle. We're going to talk more with Micheletti next couple of segments about that. Mm-hmm. How busy Billy G's next couple of weeks are with the draft, with free agency. Wake up, it's the first of the month, and free agency as it kicks off July, a week and change from now. But on the hoop side of things, man, how close we've been. We've been at the doorstep. It even felt like we could be invited to the big party, and we've been left out on the porch. So I think not only and the ownership transition, I think that conversation, actually, you think about how glitzy and glamorous the idea of having A-Rod and Mark Lowry running this thing now. There's an ownership component, I feel like, that is drawing the ire of the baseball team and the baseball fans right now, that plays in maybe to some of the talkbacks I've had to filter out for FCC violation related purposes. So I think it is fun. I think it's going to be awesome with the draft later this week, and maybe a guard, maybe a couple of fresh faces in the mix for our favorite hoop squad.
And with the Twins, and for the purpose of the Dealer's Choice Talkback Talker Tuesday on a Monday, what do you think of the Twins? If you have fix-it ideas, by all means, use all your 30 seconds fixing this bad boy, and the ownership word has come up, and it's a very big key here. Derek Falvey, the president of baseball operations, running this thing. I mean, it can't be easy running this business at this time with the hierarchy being in flux the way it is. So it's FIRA, Fairness and Respect Act. 9 to noon has a lot of respect for Mr. Falvey and what he's going through right now. What do you think of the Twins? Talkbacks, free iHeartRadio app. You know what to do. Also, given 9 to noon, rarely, if ever, is void of options. We have an Alec Lewis tweet from 25 minutes ago. Covers the Vikings for The Athletic. There's a new Vikings mailbag, which is live.
Ooh.
At The Athletic and theathletic.com. Some of the topics include, but are not limited to, biggest surprise in 25. For me, the biggest surprise in 2025 would be Green Bay actually finding a way to beat this team.
And there is your dagger!
Also, Kwesi's draft evolution, backup quarterback situation, undrafted free agents with 53 chance to make the final 53 in the 2026 cap plan, plus much more. So, I mean, we could pill for the heck out of that tomorrow, tied into this Viking schedule talk back that I have, and boom, everybody in iHeart is feeling kind of good about things.
Sounds like tomorrow's show is written. Thank you, Alec.
The Tyrese Halliburton Achilles injury last night, the timing of it, at least for yours truly, was amazing. What was taking place within my friendship covenant, because at 7:17. After Tyrese Halliburton hit his second of 3 3-pointers, and was running roughshod on beloved Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The producer of 9 to Noon, Eric Nordquist, texts me, Halliburton is an entire clutch gene pool.
Yeah, I might punch him in the face.
That's an elite line right there, by the way. I'm like, cool, man, I'm watching the same thing. And I think Indiana opened up maybe 3 to 5 points at that time.
Yeah.
Yours truly does not have a sprinkler system. So therefore, they went to commercial break. I read the Con's text, went out to move the sprinklers, came back in, cracked open my phone. There's Spearfish Sammy, who loves the NBA just like us. And his text was, game over, that sucks, ugh.
Yeah, I might punch him in the face.
I'm like, what in the hell just happened? So then they come back from break, and there's Tyrese Halliburton laying prone on the court, banging his fist on the court, and people are around him praying. And I'm like, well, that can't be good. So it was a popped Achilles for Tyrese Halliburton. Indiana, scrappy and upstart as it is, fought and scratched and clawed and got everything it possibly can from players named Benedict Mathurin and Miles Turner and T.J. McConnell. But at the end of the equation, just not good enough to beat that deep and talented and speedy OKC team. So the question would be, if Tyrese Halliburton makes the entire dance, who wins and why?
Ooh. I think Indy has a great chance of winning that game last night.
Comes down to the wire.
You saw, and ultimately you can look at the final box score, and neither SGA nor Jalen Williams are gonna blow you up. They got there by volume.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams was a disaster in the first half last night. He was absolutely awful. Comes alive, finds his way to 20-ish points, I believe. He was like 7 to 20-something shooting, looked completely out to lunch. And Dort's kind of flopping around. They're getting them in fouls situations early. And again, we're basically going off the first quarter, right? That's tough. Like, you have the injury so early in the game, it's tough to project. But when you had to resort to McConnell, who ripped off like 10 straight in the third quarter, and you're thinking if he keeps doing this, then, and if you keep this to a 6, 7, 8 point deficit into the fourth, you might have a chance. They just couldn't do it. It was a typical third quarter run from OKC. I think with the way that Halliburton started the game, with as poised as he was, as good as they were defensively, making SGA work for absolutely everything, I think Indy has a very, very good chance of winning Game 7 and hoisting the title if Halliburton's healthy.
So Halliburton's down. And then I text Nordo, Obi Toppin needs to catch fire.
Yeah.
And so he waits a little bit for the L to develop instead of coming right back like, that ain't going to happen, Ball. Or, I agree with you, Ball. No, he waits to watch how this thing develops.
Like 2 or 3 possessions.
Yeah, that's all you needed. And then text me, Toppin is an absolute L. Clomping around, turning it over. He's offering nothing. Me, awful. Clomping for sure. Not made for the moment. I mean, other than that, Miss Lincoln, my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling.
He ended 0 of 4 in that game.
Yeah, 0 of 4, and he only played 21 minutes, which, I mean, Rick Carlisle had to be like, really? I mean, you've made some of the biggest shots we've had all postseason, and you're 0 for 3?
Man, they couldn't keep him on the court.
I mean, yeah, he had more turnovers than he had points. I mean, that thing, just what a disaster when, Tyrese Halliburton can be branded as the best player for the Indiana Pacers, but the one to carry them a fair amount this postseason is Nordo's guy, Pascal Siakam. And he's out there giving everything he has, 5 of 13, hits a couple of 3-pointers, grabs 4 rebounds, but he wasn't even that great.
No.
And then OKC was able to open the score to make it basically a 20-point game, and that's when Rocco put Jonah Bride in.
I always love that one.
And you just kind of knew the game was over.
I'll play some audio. It was interesting during news later on next hour. Obi Toppin talked about it. I think the injury to Halliburton for some of them mentally, and Obi actually owned up to this after the game. it was effectively over for Obi Toppin when Halliburton went down.
Because it was so sad?
That was it. Yeah, and he emoted about it. He talks about that it was it. I didn't play a good enough game because all I could think about was Halliburton back in the locker room. So,
my dog.
My dog.
Yeah.
So when his dog went down, he didn't have it.
Seems like an acceptable excuse in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Hell. I mean, I feel for him.
Yeah.
We can fire some of we'll fire some of these talkbacks back when Lavelle joins in an hour, because that first part of that conversation will have a Twins bent. Let's hear one or two before we go to break, if you have them at your fingertips.
Yeah, no problem. Let me see here. How about this one?
Hey, PA and Nordo, this is Ryan in Columbia Heights. My take on the Twins is I think it's time to trade Byron Buxton, possibly Correa, and start fresh. It's clear that we're not going to spend a lot of money, and I think our only chance to get back into the mix is to tear it down, build some equity, draft picks, and go from there. Thanks.
Yeah, that. How
about that?
Yeah, off what he just said, are you so married to the team that you really care about what he said? Like, oh, wow, Buxton got traded. Or Correa got traded. It's like you could hear about a Twins trade and your response would be, time for two more, as in trades. Then we trade another one. Time for two more, as in trades. My man called from Columbia Heights talking about a team suffering lows. One more.
Morning, PA and Nordo, Two Harbors guy. You know what the Vikings and Twins have in common?
Here we go.
Neither one knows how to play baseball. Hey, and good morning.
Vikings caught a stray. In a roundabout way. Pat Micheletti, Hockey Immortality in the state of Minnesota, joins 9 to noon in the 651 Carpets Plus studios. When 9 to noon continues, what's 9 to noon? It is the empire that is vast and ever expanding. It's an audio network.
My name is Desiree, and I'm a first-generation college student.
I'm Zach. I'm undecided in my major, and I'm a catcher.
This message was sent to you.
$500 down the toilet along with your performance. You are worthless.
Get the hell off the field before you lose me any more money, you sorry
This is wrong.
I'm more than a bet.
Stop harassing college athletes over a bet. Learn more at morethanabet.org.
Are you still quoting 30-year-old movies? Have you said cool beans in the past 90 days? Do you think Discover isn't widely accepted? If this sounds like you, you're stuck in the past. Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. And every time you make a purchase with your card, you automatically earn cash back. Welcome to the now. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard, based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Hi, I'm Danielle Fishel from Pod Meets World. So for my two boys, I got Samsung Galaxy Watch for Kids. And I'm not saying I'm kind of jealous of my kids' tech. I'm saying I am definitely jealous of my child's tech. This thing lets them call, text, and explore all from their wrist. No smartphone required. And don't worry, you're still the boss. You control who they can talk to, and yes, you can totally stalk their location in real time. Get Galaxy Watch 7 on T-Mobile, now kid-ready with a new paired line. Visit T-Mobile.com to order yours today. Parent and child must have a Samsung account and Google account with Family Link. Requires initial pairing with a compatible Samsung smartphone and qualifying wireless plan with LTE service activated. Please check with your carrier for more information. Trusted contact applies to compatible apps. It does not restrict communication through third-party or other communication apps. Emergency services and contacts remain accessible. Location sharing is dependent on network connectivity and device being recently active. T-Mobile terms via 24 monthly bill credits when you add a qualifying paired watch line. See additional offer terms on T-Mobile.com.